The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 109 of The Daily Mother Swole. Yes, indeed. Today's episode is called The Quick and the Dead. Because if you think quick, you're as good as fucking dead. So I did a broadcast before. Some of you are in here now that were in here about half an hour ago, so you're aware of what we're talking about. Talking about vernacular, talking about terminology and how we speak and how we think about fitness without even realizing it. And I say we, I mean you, because Papa Swole don't think about none of this shit like that. Put that out there first. No, it's just important to use the right words because you don't realize how important the words that you use are in terms of your life, in terms of your fitness, because we use language first. We have language before we have feelings. So when you have a feeling, you think sad, you think emotionally, you have the word that bears our feelings. We associate it with a word with a connotation. So at the root of our existence is language. That's number one. We have language before we have a freaking feeling, which is nuts. And it's true. This is just like how the body is structured, how that pyramid structure of, our emotions are designed around language. Everything comes from language, number one. When you say things like quick, because a couple people asked me some good questions, like how do I get rid of back pain quickly, or how do I, improve, or how do I gain weight quickly, or how do I get bulk? What's a good quick advice to get bigger? And this word quick, there's even companies out there, and I see in Miami, quick weight loss centers, blah, blah. There's nothing quick. Nothing in life is quick unless you happen to win the lottery. That obviously would, boom, you have money quickly. Nothing is quick. You don't grow up quickly. You don't give birth quickly. You don't accumulate money and wealth over the terms of a career quickly. Life isn't quick. What else is not quick? Food doesn't cook quick enough. Movies are not quick. Nothing's quick. Nothing that's any good is quick. Nothing is fast. Things have developed. You can't ferment wine quickly. No matter how much you want wine, no matter how great the grapes are, you still need time to ferment. You have whiskey, you still need to have time. And they sell whiskey. If you have, let's say whiskey and it's 150 years old or 50 years old, that's time. That's not compressed harder and made it taste better. It doesn't matter how hard you compress it. It's all about the time that the liquid sits in the barrels and so forth. So you're talking about time. You're talking about time no matter what. You can have, alcohol quicker, but it's not going to have the same flavor or the same price cost. Everything is done over the period of time. So when we say the word quick, when you want a quick answer, when you want a program that's going to get you quick results, you're already shortchanging your goals and setting yourself an impossible margin to get results. It's not going to happen. Let's put it that way. It's not going to fucking happen. So when I get asked questions right off the bat, you say quick, I'm like, you're not going to be quick. You're not going to bulk up in 3 months. I'm sorry. You can go through a bulking period and put on some weight, but you're not going to build a lot of muscle in 3 months. Honestly, if you're new to fitness, you can maybe build 5 pounds of muscle in 3 months, maybe 6, maybe 7. If you built 10, it would be a huge, you've never worked out in your life, really, if you build 10 pounds of muscle. No one builds that much muscle that quickly. Anytime you're like, yeah, I gained 10 pounds in 2 months. Yeah, you gained a lot of water. You probably gained some fat, and you might have gained a pound or two of muscle maybe. Muscle does not come, obviously Beard on Point is in my Periscope. I just had to mention that because Beard on Point is here, obviously. Was drawn by the fucking face gains. Getting back to what I was saying, things are not built that quickly. Fat is not shredded that quickly. There are reasons why even pro bodybuilders that take a lot of anabolic steroids don't win shows and aren't super successful until their late 20s, early 30s at the earliest. They're still novices. They're still soft. Muscle maturity, muscle development, definition, depth, density of the muscle tissue, not to mention the expertise of the person, the actual human being that's going through the experiences, finding out what works. It takes time. Someone who's muscular when they're 22 and has muscle because they've been lifting for a couple years looks a lot different than someone at the same size. You ever notice that? Than someone at the same size or muscle mass, so to speak, when they're 32. My structure, my physique looks different than someone who's 22 that's working out. I look harder, I look more full, I look more dense, I have more shape just because of the years of carving it, defining it, developing it from the inside out. The muscle kind of matures. It literally matures. It learns and it develops. Each fiber gets more and more intact. Yes, I don't have to do quite as much as someone who's gaining muscle because I've reached a certain level. I can more or less maintain what I have with doing less in general because I have it already. But at the same time, it's accumulated over a long period of time. So someone sees me and they say, oh, what do I do to get big? How do I get big? I hate that fucking question. I hate it. I'll answer it. I don't hate you for asking it, but the question sucks. It's stupid. It's useless. It shows laziness. How do you get big? How do you get big? By eating a lot and lifting heavy. No, I know, but I do that. Or, oh, come on. I mean, there's got to be some, what kind of program do you do? What do you, you eat a lot and you work out hard and a lot for years. It really is that simple. If you're not gaining enough, you're not eating enough. If you're eating enough and you're still not growing muscle, then you're not training enough or you're not training properly. You have to work out and you have to eat enough. You're not losing weight, you're not training properly, and you're not eating, you're eating too much. You're not eating the right food. I mean, it's really simple. Yeah, there's so many subtleties and so many different ways to do it. There's more than one direction to get there. You don't have to eat sweet potatoes necessarily. You don't have to eat egg whites necessarily. You don't have to eat chicken necessarily. You don't have to eat broccoli exactly necessarily. There's a lot of different paths to the same goal, but a lot of it's similar. There's adjustments, but there's no quick fix. I don't care what you want. Training properly, doing it the right way. Language. It's just doing it the right way. There's no training properly. I'm not going to get into it. I mean, it depends on the person. So if you're doing the right shit, you're getting results. If you're not getting results, you're not doing the right shit. Super simple. It seems so obvious, like, oh, come on, duh. But yeah, but people don't think about that. People don't think about it like that. You're not doing the right thing. You're not doing the right thing. If you're not seeing results, you're not doing it right. Simple. You're not eating right. You're not training right. You're not sleeping right. You're not doing... I'm being vague. I'm being obvious. It's common sense. Of course I'm being vague. I don't know anything about you. I can't give you an answer. I don't know what you look like. I don't know your name. I don't know your height. I don't know your weight. I don't know your family history. I don't know your medical history. I don't know what your weightlifting experience is. I don't know anything about you. So how can I be specific? Anyone that's watching this is going to be vague. This is a description on the mentality of what it takes to get results. You want to build muscle? You want to build muscle? Then you have to eat sufficient amount of protein. It depends on the person. I can't say, oh, eat 100 grams. If you weigh 130 pounds, that might be applicable. If you weigh 300 pounds, that's not good information. I can't give you a number. What I'm talking about is the quick fix. You have to be in it for the long haul. See, right now, you want a quick answer. You want a quick answer. You're being vague because you're too lazy to do the fucking work. Of course I'm being vague because this isn't about giving you an answer. It's about showing you that you need to take some responsibility for your results. You need to step up. Yeah, apply discipline daily. You like that shit? I like that shit. Apply discipline daily. That's my shit. ADD. Hashtag it. You got to do it every day, but it's not going to be quick. That's my point. I don't say that to be rude. Fuck it. I do say it to be rude. Wake up. Wake up, people. Anyone that's watching this, wake up. Wake your ass up. There's no quick fix. There's no answer for you. There's no answer for you. Anyone that's giving you an answer is full of shit. I will guide you. I will teach you how to learn your own body. I'm not going to sit here and be like, do this, you'll get results. Do this. It could definitely help you. You're more specific about food, dang, working out, buddy. So I don't know what that means. You're most dang working out. There is no specific with food either. There's no specifics. That's what no one understands about it. It just goes to show how people hear, but they don't listen. They don't pay attention. They see the titles. They, see me speaking. They come in here and they look at my hair. They watch me flex, but they don't listen. They don't pay attention. Specific about food, because I can show you what I'm eating. I'll talk about certain things that are pretty true, but it doesn't mean, I could talk about grass-fed beef and butter. You might be violently allergic to anything dairy related. And you might not be able to metabolize red meat. So how is that useful for you? How is that specific for you? That's terrible advice if I told you to eat that. I'll tell you facts as far as I know them. I'll tell you facts as far as been researched. And a lot of times I talk from the side of common sense, because half the times those studies and those things that you read in papers and on the internet, they change in 5 years. No one really knows. They know this today. They don't know this necessarily tomorrow. Is this going to kill you? Is organic food going to kill you? Organic foods are often they're sprayed with shit just like conventional food, and they charge you twice as much, and they make bank on it. Organic food makes so much money, and half of the shit's just as bad as the regular shit. Yeah, people spend 20 years looking for an answer. They could get good results eating Pop-Tarts. Some people do. Some people are they're hard gainers and they have to eat tons and tons of food. They can eat donuts and this. Will donuts give them cancer? Maybe. Maybe not. Some people can smoke every single day. Some people smoke a pack a day and they live to be 100. Some people never smoke and get lung cancer at 28. Where's the fucking logic in that? Where's the pros and cons? There's always those outliers where it just does not apply to them. A plus B doesn't equal C. It could equal D, E, F, or G. It could be like, it could be C, D. It could be a little bit of both. You have genetic predispositions for things. If your family history, if your genetic gene pool has a little short stump of guanine, on your DNA double helix, maybe you have a weaker thyroid and you're overweight. Calisthenics is the best way, in your opinion? For what? For what? Calisthenics is the best way for what? That's vague. I'm not picking on you. You're just the only one talking in there right now. And you're facilitating the great conversation. So, and this is not negative, but calisthenics, great for what? Calisthenics, what? Jumping jacks and running and doing pull-ups and push-ups? It's a way. It's human movement. The best way for what? For building muscle? No, it's just not true. It depends on what you want. Remember, your body's a tool. There are things out there, and everything has its own purpose. You want to build muscle? You got to do extra resistance. You want to be physically active and move your body and push things and pull things and build some muscle and, have certain levels of fitness and be able to move your body and do pull-ups and push-ups. And yeah, you got to do those things. But are those things required for you to be healthy? No. Are those things going to hurt you from building muscle mass? No. If you do those all the time, will it affect your ability to build maximum muscle? Yes. There are certain things that are generally true. Just because you have muscle doesn't mean you're not going to be able to do push-ups and pull-ups ever. Just because you do push-ups and pull-ups and you go for a jog now and again doesn't mean you're not going to be able to build muscle. But if you're having trouble building muscle and you're doing those things, yeah, you got to cut those things down. So everything applies to people differently. My point is nothing is quick. And half of the part that's not quick about it is you got to figure this shit out. If you hit the nail on the head and you start doing stuff and wow, you see great results, that's great. But what happens is you start to plateau. Now what? You got to change something. And how do you know? How do you know if you're like, I don't want to get big? I'm telling you, lifting heavy weights is not going to get you big. I wish. People avoid lifting weights. Well, I don't want to get big. I bulk up really quickly. Fuck you. You don't. I wish it was that easy. You lifting 10 pounds, women in a class that I teach, they lift 10 or 15 pounds. I'm going to get bulky. Yeah, I wish you can get bulky on 10 or 15 pounds. Wouldn't that be nice? Shit, that would make my life a lot easier. That would make my life it's an insult. It's a stupid insult. I don't want to get big. Oh, it's so heavy. Yeah, I wish you can get big lifting 10 or 15 pounds. I wish that was the case. That would take a lot less stress on my body because I wouldn't have to lift hundreds and hundreds of pounds for 15 plus years. That would be really nice. Not going to happen. People have this illusion that every time they swell up, they think it's freaking muscle. as if muscle just like falls from fucking trees and just lands on their body. They get bulky. It's probably because they're eating too much food, they have too much subcutaneous fat, and they have inflammation. They're retaining water. There's a lot of reasons why you could put on weight. And more often than not, it's not muscle. It's the byproducts of not eating properly, and it's the byproducts of training. It takes time to build muscle. It takes coercion. It takes repetition. It takes repetitive action for your body to start being like, all right, fuck this. I have to build muscle or it's going to keep on hurting me. I have to adapt. You have to force your body to adapt. It doesn't want to. Yeah, the body does not want to build muscle. Exactly, Tommy. It doesn't want to build muscle. The body wants to stay the same. The body wants to handle shit with what it has. Just like most people in life. Most people want to go to work, make their money, pay their bills, have their car, have their weekends, get home from work, have their drink, go to happy hour, go home. Most people want to do the things that they do and handle it. All of a sudden, a bill comes in or they have to go to the doctor and they owe money. Oh my God. And then all of a sudden shit breaks loose. I don't have the money for this. I don't have this and that and the other. People want to be able to handle shit with what they have. What does being sore mean? It means you're in pain. It means your body hurts. It aches from micro trauma from working out. Being sore, your muscles were torn from doing physical activity. Oops. And the micro trauma caused inflammation and your body is perceiving that as pain, so you don't do more of that activity so it can repair itself. In short, that's what soreness is. Soreness is your perception of microtrauma. Yeah, it's good. It's natural. Traumatically sore or delayed soreness or like ongoing soreness that doesn't recover as quickly could mean you're overtraining and not giving yourself enough time to recover, or you're doing too much volume before you can handle it in your workouts. Soreness is not a bad thing. It's normal. It's common. Some people don't get very sore. Some people get very sore. But if your soreness starts to linger longer and you're not recovering in time and it's not going away fast enough and it's a delayed, you couldn't be not giving your body enough time to recover. And it could be a sign of overtraining, meaning you're training too much and you're not giving yourself enough time to heal the tissue and the joints and the ligaments and all that stuff before slamming them again. America sucks. Okay. I don't really block people for first comments, but I'll block you right away for that. So that's how that works. So you can insult me or something, but don't insult the fucking stripes, biatch. So that being said, any questions while we're live? There's no quick answer. Nothing's fast. Bottom line, there's no quick answer. There's nothing fast. So if you ask me, how do you get big? That's not a quick answer. It's almost like, how do you build muscle? How do you lose fat? How do I get abs? I just can't even answer that quickly. It's almost like I can't answer that question. I don't think anyone can really answer that. How do you build muscle? How do you answer that question? Without saying, well, come step into my shoes for 20 fucking years. That's a good one. How do you answer that question for someone? How do you get big? I know how I get big. I don't know how you get big. And that's the most honest thing anyone's going to tell you. And if you don't like that answer, then you're lazy. You don't want to do the work. You're looking for some kind of fucking handout. You're looking for a handout. I can get you started. How about that? I can get you started. You're working with me as a trainer, you're a client, either online or in Swolenormous Premium or in person. Yeah, we can hone that down. I can help you figure it out. You're still with yourself. If I train a client 3 or 4 days a week or 5 days a week for an hour, that's still like only 2 or 4% of the entire week that I see that person. There's 168 hours in a week? You think 4 hours is enough to be able to know someone? I don't know what the hell they're doing outside. I know what they tell me. I don't know their mental status. I don't know their ups and downs of their emotions. I don't know that. I don't know what this person goes through. I don't know their mentality. I don't know exactly what they're eating unless what they tell me. So if you're alone 164 hours of the week and then I'm with you 4, it's like, how am I supposed to give you that answer? How am I supposed to give any of you that answer that I've never met and I only know from the screen name? How do you do this? Stop being lazy and put some fucking effort into your life and start doing some research. Start applying. Okay? Start going to the gym. Try some of these sample workout programs. Try one of my workouts that I do in my exercise videos on my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, follow the Daily Swole, follow my exercise videos. I broadcast live on Periscope every time I work out. Everyone always asks me, what do I do in the gym? What do I do in the gym? What do I do to work out? Well, if you listen to what words are coming out of my fucking mouth, you would know that I broadcast my workouts every time I work out live on Periscope. You want to know what I do? Watch it. I'm not going to hold your hand. I will answer questions. But so few are there valuable questions. There's so few valid, honest, hardworking questions. I have great information, but you ask me general questions, you're going to get general answers. You have a specific question, you're going to get some, but that takes some work. Asking a question is an art form. It shows your diligence. Asking a general question just means someone says like, "Oh, how do you build muscle? Or how do you lose weight?" Those are the people that haven't done a fucking thing, don't work out, that just want some like, "Oh, you do this." That kind of question shows me that person doesn't work out and they're not going to see results, probably ever. That just shows their level of interest, their level of dedication. I've talked to people that don't have a lot of experience in the gym that are really trying, and they ask me detailed questions because they're reading stuff online. They're trying to find out information. One of my clients is just starting out. He just really started working out since he started training with me like a month or two ago. And he's asking me questions about like, high intensity interval training. Is this better? BCAAs, like how is this? Oh, isn't it good to like sip it before? Like questions, like stuff that he read. I mean, he's not just like reading stuff. Should I do this? Oh, should I do this? Oh, should I do this? No, he's like looking at things. He's taking his own initiative to figure things out on his own in addition to what we're doing, and then bouncing ideas off me, seeing if this could apply to him. And I'm saying like, yeah, you could try that. Let me know how you do it. Yeah, try it like this. I would do it like this. When I do it, I would do it like that. It's a work in progress. I'm not going to know what works for you. You're not even going to know what works for yourself unless you try it. Some of these workout programs could be great. They could be fantastic. But you're not going to know if they're good until you try it. Ketosis, is that a good diet for me? Fuck if I know. Try it. It's a great diet for many people. Can block cancer from spreading or forming if you have cancer in your family. It can help you lose a shitload of weight. Ketosis can be great if you do it right, but you have to try it. So, this is like the type of thing that you have to take advantage of. You have an opportunity with the internet. People didn't used to have this. People didn't used to have internet and online resources. Of course, you get a lot of mixed messages because coaches are giving you messages. It depends on what messages they are. Sometimes they come from a place of good intentions, but sometimes they come from a place of they really don't know what they're talking about and they're just they're spitting out what they've been told. A lot of people don't do this stuff on their own. That's another thing. A lot of people don't practice what they preach. The reason why I tell you these things and I can give you like tough love and be like, you got to fucking do it because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to hack through it and to figure out what works best for my body. I know what it's like. It's not easy. You don't know until you try it. If it fits your macros or some bro diet, if it fits your macros, isn't a bro diet. It's just eating towards, certain calories. I wouldn't fill up your carbs with Dunkin' Donuts. And a lot of times they wouldn't either. But a lot of times things like if it fits your macros get skewed and people think, oh, I can eat candy as long as I get these calories. You're still missing all the nutrients and you're still going to spike insulin. Like, it doesn't mean that it's good for you. But yeah, generally you can eat healthy food, and if it fits your macros, it can be very beneficial. That's a great way to figure out how many calories you're eating. A lot of people don't have no idea how many calories they're eating. But it depends on where you're coming from. Some people need to work more on their fitness. Some people need to work more on their nutrition. Some people need to work, it depends on what your mentality is. Some people can really be disciplined. And intermittent fasting or carb cycling or being strict on your diet hard for weeks will be great. Some people would just fall right off that and binge too much. So things like intermittent fasting or, cutting off, carbs for a few days could be negative, could be a downside. Some people have a tendency to binge, so doing something like an intermittent fast or carb cycling probably wouldn't be good because they'll probably binge and go off the deep end. So you have to know what people's triggers are. That's where there's a lot of psychology involved. To answer your question, yes, this is also a podcast. Obviously, I'm on Periscope. This is also on my YouTube channel. It's from Sons of Anarchy. This is also on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Swolenormous. So all of you that are here, Check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Swolenormous. My same username on Busker and Periscope, Swolenormous on YouTube. I have about 400 videos, exercise, like full exercise videos. I have exercise demos. I have vlog series. The Daily Swoles are all on there, driving while gaining. I have motivational. 3 things, actually 6 things at once, because this goes to iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. So Busker, Periscope, YouTube, all 3, and soon to be Facebook Live. I have to figure out why it glitches, but Facebook Live glitches, so otherwise I'll be doing that too. So yeah, I multitask like a beast. So understand that. Understand the process. Understand where to get good information from, and just know that I'm not going to bullshit you. If I've never done it or I don't have experience with it, I will tell you that. And some of you already know that. You ask me, oh, what do you think about this supplement? I'd be like, I've heard of it. You know, I mean, I used to know what it was, but then I don't use it, so I kind of forgot. So I can't speak intelligently on it, but I can look it up. I know where to look it up. I know what information would be accurate or bullshit. You have to know what is like makes sense, or what, you know, how these research studies get done. So you could be skeptical. You could be skeptical. Man, people thought the world was flat until they realized, wow, it's round. You know, I mean, everyone thinks one thing and like, oh no, fat's bad because the government said so for 20, 30 years. And like now it's like, oh no, fat's really not bad. It never was. People are sicker now than they ever were with low fat and high sugar. It's, you know, we know. We're human beings. We have a fucking ego. We think we know everything. We know nothing. So don't think there's any one path. There are many paths. Okay, there are many ways to get to the end. There are many ways to get to the finish line, but none of them are going to be quick that are effective. I'll say for a few minutes after on Busker and Periscope, thank you for joining me for episode 109 of The Daily Mother Swole. I'll see you all tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern Time for episode 110 of this daily biznitch. Flex them if you got them. Peace out. See you tomorrow.
Another.